Welcome back, everyone. Not the prettiest of autumn days. Of course, we've been dealing with the clouds out there. We've been dealing with the wind. We've been dealing with the cold. We've been dealing with the rain across the area. And fortunately, we've kind of helped to kind of scratch a few of those elements out. Of course, from our Bridgepoint camera, things looking pretty good visibility-wise. Still got some wind going on, has been gusting in some isolated areas just over 30 miles an hour, and I think that will be a kind of on and off thing really as we go through the rest of the night. What about the clouds? Well, they're still hanging tough. Fortunately, the rain and the drizzle that we've had throughout the evening has now begun to push its way off to the east, and look at that, already seeing some clearing just off to our west. But that may not get here until sometime later on tonight. This tightly wrapped area of low pressure responsible for the wind will be slowly making its way from west to east. So we will be seeing those skies slowly improve. However, it's going to be still close enough to keep the winds with us as we make our way into tomorrow. At least not as intense compared to what we had today. Let's put it that way. Here's our future track moving to about 5 a.m. and we start seeing that clearing making its way right through the Quad Cities by then. And as far as the winds are concerned, as we mentioned, we'll still be seeing some breezy conditions overnight and early tomorrow morning. Like I said, averaging between 20 and 30 miles an hour through the rest of the night. So even though we're calling for temperatures to be cooling down around 40 degrees, that wind would likely take a good 5 degrees off that temperature, okay? So there'll be a chill heading off to work or school early tomorrow morning. Skies will be looking a little bit better for many of our hometowns, most of it with some sunshine across the area, but the flow continues out the north and west. So once again, it'll be another day with highs in the 50s, factor in the wind, and it may feel just a little bit cooler than that. You can see how those winds stay rather breezy through lunchtime, but after that, look at the drop I should say, wind gusts as we get to about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, and it continues to lighten up even more as we head into about Thursday morning or so. Of course, those ingredients, the clear skies and the light winds, will really cool off those temperatures down to the 30s and cold enough that in some of our hometowns by Thursday morning, we may actually be talking about some of that frost, especially in areas north of the Quad Cities as we head into Thursday morning, and even more likely as you make your way as far south of the I-80 corridor, including the immediate Quad Cities. That dark blue, okay, that usually indicates a temperature of 32 degrees or colder. So that's kind of why we're saying that Friday is really the most likely morning we'll be seeing some of that frost across the area. And then things improve just a little bit, just in time for your weekend. We'll talk more about that with the 8 and 14-day tracker right after this.
Hundreds of sold-out concerts, millions of YouTube viewers, billions of streams, 9 incredible voices. The a cappella sensation Straight No Chaser Holiday Road Tour, November 8th at the Rhythm City Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at rhythmcitycasino.com or at the market at Rhythm City. Straight No Chaser Holiday Road Tour.
Here's your 8-day tracker. There's the upcoming weekend. Boo at the Zoo, once again, going on this weekend at Niabe Zoo. Be out there. Pretty good conditions, more clouds than sun. And then going into the first part of early next week, we do bring in some chances of wet weather, but that's not until later on in the day. After a little bump in numbers, we cool things off back down into the 50s in the days to follow, but a trend of some dry weather. So right now, good for trick-or-treaters come next Friday. And can you believe it? Daylight saving ends heading into that following Sunday. It's that time.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. 3-degree guarantee sponsored by good friends at Eric Chevrolet in Miley. We were forecasting 55, or I should say Peter forecasted 55. It got to 54, so we are still perfect for the month.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. A team effort.
Seriously, you guys do good work.
Thank you.
Thanks, James. Well, still ahead.